Yo, what's good everyone? OJ here. Welcome to another video. Today, we've got some fantastic information for you guys, so let's go ahead and get right into it. And we're starting off with Dragon Ball FighterZ shipments and digital sales have topped 3.5 million units. So the Arc System Works developed fighting game achieves a brand new milestone across all platforms. So total worldwide shipments and digital sales for Dragon Ball FighterZ have topped 3.5 million units, Bandai Namco has announced. The game was last reported at 2 million shipments and digital sales back in January. The Arc System Works developed fighting game first launched for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC in late January/early February in Japan, and for the Nintendo Switch in late September. The sales have been pretty steady across the board when it comes to the Japanese sales on the Nintendo Switch. Dragon Ball FighterZ continues to stay in the top 20, so that's really good to see the game doing well. From what I understand, the game actually pulled some decent numbers here in the West as well, because you can play Dragon Ball FighterZ, pretty much the best Dragon Ball Z game ever released for the most part. When it comes to fighting game, that is, there's other like RPGs and other stuff that they've done before that some other people might think is better, but when it comes to a fighting game, it looks like Dragon Ball FighterZ is the top dog. So it's really good to see this game doing so well, especially with how the past Dragon Ball Z games have done. Now look guys, I used to play Dragon Ball Z games all the time. I was a huge fan of the old school Dragon Ball Z, like Budokai Tenkaichi and all of that, but at some point it just got absolutely ridiculous. Like there was just so many characters, all of the characters fought the same. It just became a little bit more of just kind of just shovelware at some point. Like there wasn't intricate systems for combat. It just seemed like it was all about the Saiyans and nobody else could really fight against anybody else. I think Dragon Ball FighterZ definitely has its flaws here and there. It's not perfect by any means, but at the same time, it's still the best Dragon Ball Z game that I have played, and I haven't even picked up the game yet. This is just going off of the PC version that my brother got me and playing the beta that I've played on the Nintendo Switch, just a little bit of there. So when I do pick up the game, because I think it will be cheaper on Black Friday, there's going to be a lot of cheaper Switch games that came out early in the year or mid during the year that are going to be cheaper during Black Friday, so I'm probably going to pick it up for good then. But I'm happy to see this, and I think that this leads to something else, man. This needs to lead to Naruto FighterZ. I think it really just comes down to this, man. We need to see a Naruto game, because Dragon Ball Z was much like Naruto was beforehand. Before FighterZ came out, it was in the same boat. Dragon Ball Z games were washed. They weren't very good. Same thing with Naruto games. Naruto games, they're all about cinematics. They're washed at this point. We need a revamp. We need a real good 2D fighting game, and I think Arc System Works should get it done when it comes to Naruto. Look at how they kind of saved the Dragon Ball Z license when it comes to video games, because this is the best that a Dragon Ball Z game has ever done. You guys believe that? Can you guys believe this is the best selling Dragon Ball Z game ever for the most part? So that's just insane to think, because of how popular the franchise is, or just how popular the IP is, and this is the best one at 3.5 million units. So I think that if Dragon Ball Z can do this, Naruto can definitely do it too, and I'm hoping that they're putting something together for next year, because I really would like to see that across all the different platforms, using the same engine, just going right there with Arc System Works and letting them develop a Naruto game, but using all the cool jutsus and everything they can do there. So what do you guys think about Dragon Ball FighterZ shipments and digital sales topping 3.5 million with the Switch included in this one here? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving on to the next topic here, the World of Final Fantasy developer has stated that a sequel is already written but not in development, and they also talked about developing on the Switch and some of the challenges that they had there. So let's go ahead and get into some of the tidbits from the producer of the game, who talked in a recent interview with Famitsu. So here's what he had to say. With the Switch port of World of Final Fantasy Maxima, we took the opportunity to enhance the game. To be completely honest, our budget was low, so what we could do was limited, but we used our time carefully and did what we could. The difference in resolution between handheld and TV modes on the Nintendo Switch caused some trouble for the staff. The engine is the Orochi engine. The Nintendo Switch didn't support it, but we got the engine team to support the Switch. So I think this is the first Switch game using the Orochi engine, and this is very important here, because some people might be saying, well, World of Final Fantasy, that's not a graphically intense game, all this other stuff, but it's really not about graphics for the most part. It's about engine support. So even if you have a game that's not graphically intense or whatever the case is, if the engine isn't supporting, you've got to make sure that you get something done to make sure that the engine supports it. So it's cool that they got the Orochi engine over there, but on top of that, it also kind of speaks to the true hybrid nature of the Nintendo Switch, handheld resolutions compared to docked resolution and having issues. It's not just the same thing. You don't just plug it in and all of a sudden everything just works. You got to make sure things are optimized for each one, and when it switches over, is it seamless? Are there any things that mess up? Is there problems? We even saw that with Minecraft as well, not bumping up the resolution enough once it goes into docked mode. So this is something that people need to realize when it comes to Switch development, but at the same time, I think they did a good job and they got one of their engine support teams to get it done. So good to see in-house Japanese developers taking care of things and getting engines ported over. As for the PS Vita version of the game, it lacks sufficient memory and was not able to be supported by the upgrade, so that's unfortunate. The game tells a bit of an after story of Lan and Ren. While there are no plans for a sequel at this point, he has fully written the story. If Square Enix gives us the approval, they can start development right away on a sequel for the game, so that's good. Some people wondered if Lan's puns were really necessary, so we considered an option to turn them off, and it was practically finished, but then we felt bad for him, so we thought better of it. So that's interesting once you play the game. So for the second playthrough, I considered an element for audio commentary from the characters that appear in each cutscene, but I threw that idea aside as it'd be too metafiction. So World of Final Fantasy Maxima is due out worldwide for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC via Steam on November 6th, so it's coming up next week. So there's quite a bit of stuff coming out, right? We got Diablo 3 dropping this week. We got the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Bundle dropping this week, although the game's not coming, but the Ultimate Bundle's dropping this week. We got Civ 6 this month. We also got Warframe this month. We got a lot of good games along with Final Fantasy Maxima, so I definitely have to get my hands on this game. There's no physical version for the Nintendo Switch. It seems like it's digital only, which is very unfortunate, but they did say that the budget was limited, so apparently that means even the producing and manufacturing was limited, because the Xbox One version is getting a physical version, but that's only because it uses the same as the PS4, which is Blu-ray, whereas cartridges a little bit different. This would be a 10 gigabyte game, so you're gonna have to use that 16 gigabyte cartridge, and they didn't feel like paying for that. They didn't feel like paying for it at all. So it's unfortunate, but at the same time, it is what it is. If you want to get the game, you can pick it up digital, and there are going to be lots of great sales on SD cards for people to pick up, especially Black Friday. There's going to be great sales on them, so if you want to get it, you need some more storage, you'll be able to get it. But either way, I'm just happy the game is coming over and we're finally getting Final Fantasy on a Nintendo platform again. It's been a while since we can say anything from a home console gets real Final Fantasies or even gets spin-off Final Fantasies. Wii U got literally nothing. And I'm really happy that World of Final Fantasy Maxima is coming out to the Switch, and of course Xbox One as well. So what do you guys think about what the developers said here? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Alright, and moving on to the final topic here, Fate Extella Link for the Nintendo Switch is coming over to the West in 2019, along with a PC version too. So Xseed Games has confirmed that it will release Fate Extella Link for the Nintendo Switch and PC via Steam, alongside the PlayStation 4 and PS Vita versions when the game launches in the West in Q1 2019. The previously announced $79.99 Fleeting Glory Edition for the PlayStation 4 will be released for the Switch as well, which includes a soundtrack CD, a pack of 10 collectible 3-inch by 5-inch cards depicting each of the new servants, a 17-inch by 24-inch cloth poster, and a 3-inch by 4.5-inch acrylic diorama, which features 3 different servants as well, all housed in a custom box. So if you want the overview of the game, you can check it out. I will go over some of the key features. Combatants from across the Fate universes join the fray. In addition to the 16 original servants, Fate Extella, the Umbriel Star, 10 characters from other Fate series will enter the battle as playable servants. Hunker down in the base camp. Players can move freely around their army's base camp, a medieval cathedral raised into the sky, and interact with their servants to build meaningful bonds. And then you have polished graphics and battle mechanics. Players can experience refined combat mechanics and graphics throughout every part of the gameplay experience. So there you go, guys. Fate Extella Link coming over to Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, PC, Q1 2019. It's looking pretty good when it comes to Xseed and the Nintendo Switch. They've got a good flow of games coming out for the Nintendo Switch, and they're definitely supporting the system like they said that they would support it, with ports of games coming over and even new games as well. So I'm really happy to see what they're doing here, and they're also still supporting the PS Vita, so still got some PS Vita love there as well. But I was wondering if this game was going to be coming over, and I'm glad that it is, just because it got announced and there was only PlayStation 4, but they were able to kind of get it out here in the West. but they're able to get a Nintendo Switch version, get the PC as well, and have that coming over to the West the same time as the PlayStation 4 version of the game too. So it's great to see Xe continue to support the Nintendo Switch. So what do you guys think about all the different topics here? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Alright Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We got Facebook and Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps us spread the content of PlayerEssence across the internet in addition to YouTube. Also make sure you check out our Patreon, Twitch, and YouTube live gaming pages and consider supporting PlayerEssence. When you do so, it gets you access to all sorts of cool benefits, perks, rewards, and emotes for your YouTube sponsorship. So check out the link in the description below and consider supporting PlayerEssence right here on YouTube. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to PlayerEssence for latest RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you Ninja for the next video. Peace!